Yesod is the final portal or flow of energy before revelation, before the birth. It's compared to the crowning before a baby is born, which is the most intense part of birth. And let's say, for example, water flowing, this gush of water that flows and hits the dam. There's so much potential that could either be destructive or it could be a huge force for electrical conduction, that it could light up a whole city. And that really is the power of Yesod. Yesod is such powerful energy, and every aspect of Yesod has so much potential. For example, intimacy, relationships. There's so much potential. It's the most godly force where we can create life. Or if misused, God forbid, it could be such a destructive force. Abundance, livelihood is something also. We can use money to give charity and to live a life of comfort and stability, or it could be used for so much power and greed and ego. It says in Ethics of Our Father that we should be soft like a reed and not strong like a cedar tree. That just like a reed can withstand huge forces of wind and still remain strong, and a cedar tree, if there's a huge hurricane that comes through, it's going to fall down. And that really is the power of like the reed, of softness, of tenderness, of gentleness. And that really teaches us so much, that in all these aspects of our life, like relationships, Yesod is also compared to communication, to speech, using our words softly in relationships, softening into our relationships with others and being tender and open. And Hod is also listening, making space. So today again is Hod of Yesod, which is leaning into that tender energy of openness and softness. And so too with abundance, with livelihood. When we try to control or have fear, and so we have to control that we're not going to have enough, that is when we close off the channel, the Yesod channel, that middle column from flowing. But when we lean into, with softness of trust, that we're open and we trust that God's going to provide, we literally open the channel of trust, open the channel of flow into our lives. And so that's really Hod of Yesod, is really all these aspects that Yesod represent, again, intimacy and abundance and communication and speech. The more tenderness and softness and gentleness we have, the more we open up that channel of Yesod, this middle column. And the more in our bodies, Yesod is that foundation within our body, the more we're open and regulated and expansive, we can receive more and more goodness in our relationships and in our livelihood, and bring down, channel so much goodness into the world.